final third.
I think Pepe's so coachable.
Well, you should be
You just need to shake him.
You should be in prison. We bailed you out. We bailed you out to come and play this season. You're out here disgracing us. You should be in prison. You facing charges.
Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Final Third. You have myself, Jules, Lavish and Banks. We're all winners
Hey
this
guys.
week. No heartache this week.
Literally,
tears.
see the way they're smiling. Such a difference,
Wait,
man. Just,
I'm never going to comment about your top because you're just a liar. You said you wasn't
What
even
did
comment or watch us for the rest of the year.
literally,
Here you are.
now he's grinning teeth and Stan Kroenke's merchandise. Look at
Anyway,
him. Shameless dog.
It's a replica. It's fake.
Oh, yeah, it's fake.
yeah.
Yeah, stick it to the man.
So we're going to start with Chelsea and Aston Villa. Who was your standout performer across the two teams?
For Chelsea, I'd say worryingly it was Chilwell. He's the one that broke Chilwell and Hudson-Odoi, actually. Hudson-Odoi was nice. He got the start after coming on and making an impact against Arsenal. But worryingly for Chelsea, you spent like 200 million and your best attacking output's coming from your left back. In a system where your left backs and your right backs aren't as good as Liverpool's one, it's kind of worrying that that's your go-to option to attack. You're trying to go through Chilwell. He's trying to be the most creative. It's not really looking great.
The standout performer. We all know who it is. Generation.
Who was it?
Kante.
Oh, you mean Grealish? He wasn't even. He was. I think it was kind of quiet. I think it was kind of quiet against Chelsea. You
A
know?
quiet game for him. He still stands out. Crazy. Crazy.
I think for Aston Villa, Watkins was a bit. He proved a little something up front. Like he made himself a bit of a nuisance up front. But Grealish, I feel like Grealish had one of his more quiet games.
Traore's had a couple good games as well. Traore's like found a bit of form on
Lost his
him.
left back for the goal though. Matty Cash was grilling him, telling him, "You better go run back with him next time. I can't defend against two people."
Like I should remember, he's a rookie to this league.
Lavish, what about your you're not playing?
Pardon? My who? Who?
Allah, you're anonymous.
I mean, I'm just asking a question. I mean, I didn't personally watch the match. So I don't know any. I'm just asking a question.
Shem, answer the question. What happened with him? It was a bit.
With who? You lot keep
With
cutting
your
out.
cousin.
With who? 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 No one, all I can say is no one else on that pitch, yeah, has proven to be the best player in the world in their position before. So
How many times we're in 2020, bro? We can't keep bringing up some 2018, 2017 accomplishments. You gotta move on, bro. You gotta stick with the times. I've seen Grealish run past him. You're talking about, yeah, back in 2017, it was the best midfielder in the world. What does that do for him now? That don't do much for him now.
listen, the system doesn't suit.
But anyway,
the system don't see my cousin. He needs to go abroad, and then you lot be putting respect back on his name because you lot be talking too much, telling me you want to get rights to get Kante out. Nah, man, just let him go abroad, and no one should come back and jump on this bandwagon because we're not having it. There's no more space.
okay. Needs a bit of sun just to rejuvenate the legs.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing out solutions for your boy. Innit?
Nah, because
Lampard faced.
Sorry.
Hmm?
No. Go on. Nah,
Yeah.
So shady.
Yeah, keep the shade.
Lampard fails to beat a team doing well in the league again. Is Lampard ready to take Chelsea back to the top?
Back to what top? Oh, no. What do you mean? The club? Yeah, the
Club.
Oh, I thought you meant, is he ready to put them back to where he... Lampard ain't doing nothing. They didn't get Lampard to... I think Lampard, and same with Oli, but let's focus on Lampard, is a transitional manager, and he was perfect for transitioning through the phase of where they could have transfers. And I've said this time and time again, he was good to get those kids believing and to get them to do the job they needed to do for their parent club. Because traditionally, they will be on loan. The fact that they're still here is they're living a dream, to be fair. But he's consistent to play Mount, no matter what happens, and certain players, and he just doesn't even know he's back. For like Rudiger's back in the team. Okay, fair enough. But no, he's not the person to take them to top because I just don't know how he's gonna coach. He's gonna get the best. He doesn't know his best side. I don't know how he's gonna get best out of Werner. I don't know how he's gonna get best out of Ziyech. Havertz, sorry. He doesn't know his best striker as well. Doesn't know his best wingers. doesn't know his best wingers, and it's boy. Then he's got like he trusts in his fullbacks, and they are good enough, but like.
How you say, one thing is I'm kind of deviating away from what he feels is his best team. I've seen him, bro. He's kind of second guessing himself again now. And as you said, like, to be fair, you've been saying it all season. Like, they beat the teams they're supposed to beat, and then when it comes to the harder games where you're being tested a little bit as a manager, they fall by the waist. Tottenham at home was happy with a 0-0. It's just like he's not shown anything to say that he can take Chelsea. They should be pamming the likes of Sheffield United, Newcastle, Burnley. Like, just put any team out there, and you've got a good chance of beating those teams. But once you take the step up to the Wolves, to the Aston Villas, to the Tottenhams and whatnot, he hasn't looked great. He hasn't looked as if he's got the ability to unlock those teams.
Have Arteta and Arsenal turned the corner?
Boy, back-to-back wins. We ain't done that all season.
Back-to-back wins. Let's get some Spurs. Back-to-back wins.
It's not easy.
That's just
Arsenal.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
It's just funny because the absences of guys like Willian have been enforced. Like, I think I heard that he's got to self-isolate because of COVID or something. Like, I think he was at a party or something. So he was kind of forced to take Willian out of the lineup, and he's put Smith Rowe in there, who has looked decent. Like, I wouldn't say he's looked special, he's looked great, but he's looked decent. Like, he's offered something more than what I've seen from Willian over the past couple of months. So it'd just be interesting to see like how much he's gonna fall back to when guys like Willian come back and are available.
probably straight away.
Straight away, because he did the same with Bellerin and Maitland-Niles. It's going to be straight away. That's the sad part. And this is why he's a trash manager.
Xhaka back in as well.
Xhaka back in. Like, it doesn't matter. Straight away.
Just the two wins, I'd say one against Chelsea was a lot more, like, you could see a lot more vibrancy in your attack, where you transitioned from defence to attack. There was just a lot more vibrancy, bringing back in Martinelli and Smith Rowe. This helped a bit more with the fluidity. Brighton, you're a bit poorer. Like, I can't lie, if that match ended a draw, I don't think either team could really complain. But yeah, I feel like he just needs to give a couple of these players a bit more of a run, not fall back to the old, let me put back in guys like Willian and whatnot. So I guess we have to see with Arteta.
And I ain't trying to talk too much, you understand? Because let me not even 2 wins. It's feeling good.
Get off your chest, man. Smile. Don't
feeling
hold
good.
it in.
I can't lie, I'm feeling
don't hold
good.
it in. Smile.
If you say so.
It's on the entire league. But then again, you're only 6 points away from Chelsea. So, I mean, sometimes you've got to watch your back to watch your front.
What?
Huh? What?
Yeah?
Yeah, never heard. You never heard a parable. That's even in the Bible. That's in the Bible, I promise you.
Huh?
That Bible does. That's blasphemy.
Huh?
What book?
Well, it's a parable, trust me. Arteta's living by it as well. Smart man.
So what do Arsenal need to do in the January transfer window?
You need to buy a minimum of 2 players and not just 2 fillers. You need to buy 2 starting 11 players.
Yeah.
Because we see Basuma's display against us. Obviously, he's auditioning.
What positions would you say?
Pardon? You didn't hear me? I said, you see Basuma's audition to come to the carpet.
No, I heard you. We heard you.
And obviously, Tariq, he wanted to show respect, so he didn't play against us as well. He's coming in summer, though. I prefer him to come in summer when Bellerin goes to Barca. So we'll get them 2 from Brighton.
Apparently, with Barca.
Pardon?
Apparently, Mustafi's linked with Barca.
Yeah, no, Barca's going to try bust us. That's why I love them. Pay homage to them. Pay homage to the years in which they sacked us. But we need a cam and we need a central midfielder.
Fair.
Yeah, I'd say definitely a creative midfielder to get in there, and then a long-term partner for Partey as well, man.
That's what
Can't keep throwing him next to Nenny and Xhaka and expecting him to work
He's a
magic.
central midfielder and a cam. You don't need to
Yeah,
repeat.
I agree. I fully agree.
Yeah, right, cool. So talking bad about my club.
Nah, I'm emphasizing your point.
Oh, okay, thank you. 2 dubs.
I'm
now.
emphasizing your point, Lavi.
So you're saying
Throw a winger in there as well.
You said this point wasn't
Huh?
emphasized enough.
No, he did. He did say it with conviction, so I had to go in there back. No, that's my role. Sometimes he doesn't say things with conviction, so I go in there and add the.
Now, what are you trying to do here, bro?
You're welcome. You're
That's
welcome.
trying to moderate.
You're welcome, bro.
Moving on to Man United. Man United versus Wolves. Why has it gone wrong for Adama Traore?
No.
Question though.
Oh man. First things first. Why does Traore oil his
I don't
arm?
think he didn't score. He didn't score in 2020.
That's the
He
first
does it every game.
No, but why? Like, do you have a hoil? Why? That's the question they need to ask again. Do you have a hoil?
He just want to get grabbed, innit? I don't know.
Nah, there was a couple times when a couple man tried to drag him back, and I could see the effects of the oil. They couldn't get close to him. They tried to drag him down, and he just slipped. Slipped.
I don't understand.
There was no friction.
He's gone back to Traore of 2 seasons ago where it's like he could do the hard part and then the simple pass, he can't do it. And it's so frustrating. And it's jarring because a lot of the big teams are looking like, thank God we didn't splash Wolves' asking price on you. Because there was a time when everyone's like, Adama, 60 million. Boy, but I can't lie, it's very frustrating. But let's not get it twisted. Adama's actually 24. You think he looks a lot older than he is. He's 20. He just turned 20.
You think he's been around for a second now? That's the reason it feels like he's running out of time. But
he's our age.
Only 24. He's our age, mate. You made like big you.
He looks grown.
Yeah, you're plus 25. You can't be saying he's our age, mate, no more.
Let's not do that.
You grown ass man.
I will expose your date of
but
right now. Let's not do that.
Baby boy, still trying to live my life.
Grown ass niggas. You're lucky that Zoom cut down. We didn't want to hear the lies he was putting up. But yeah, Dama, you're lucky, bro. You're lucky. Dama right now, he's going through that thing where he just continuously makes the wrong decision. Like you can make just the wrong decision that he's making every time. Like
lucky Nuno's a calm soul. Pep wouldn't have had that patience for that rubbish. Because 3 mistakes in a row, Mahrez took bench for like a good 2 months.
But yeah, hopefully 2021 he just puts his thinking cap back on. Like the game, it felt like in 2019 the game slowed down for him a little bit. Like he get to the byline and he pick his head up and make a good decision. But hopefully he gets that back in 2021. Just slow the game, because when you're moving at the pace he moves at, like any little wrong decision and literally any wrong decision and it's gonna look wayward. So hopefully it slows down for him again.
So how do Man United maintain their strong form? Because right now they're 2 points behind Liverpool.
You've got to do it now.
The game in hand.
Let's put our money in the new manager bounce. I was telling your boy this the other day on the radio. I said, listen, let's just cheat the game and just go for the new manager bounce. If you get the new manager in now, we can at least buy ourselves 8 games, and United can do well.
The thing is with your new manager bounce though, it only works if you've been doing poorly beforehand. It doesn't work if the team is on form. That's the whole problem with your theory. You can't sack a manager that the players lack and is doing well, at least getting results. You can't sack him, bring in a new manager, and then expect to get.
You have to bring someone that they would respect.
The winning bounce or the new manager bounce.
Work under. You have to respect him. If someone they want to work under, they'll respect even more.
It's a risk. So you can't guarantee with the situation at United. You can't guarantee the new manager.
What we can guarantee is if Oli stays.
The only thing you have to do.
If Oli stays in this job, what we can guarantee is that you lot will not be where you are. You will not. You will drop points. That's all we can guarantee. You're not going to be
100%. 100%.
So enjoy this while it lasts.
I'm gonna give Oli his props for what he's done to turn around our season, because if you told me by 2021 we'd be 3 points away from the leaders with a game in hand, I'd have told you. I'd have seriously questioned your mental health. I think, did you just see us be walked across the park by Brighton, by Spurs, all these man? barely winning against West Brom, I think, no, you're crazy. That's not possible. But he's got this team in a place where they're not losing and they're picking up good wins. So it's difficult to see him leaving before the end of this season. But at the same time, knowing the long-term approach, I don't see how we don't move on to another manager. It's hard, as difficult as to say in this moment, like when you're winning, it's hard to say you should still move on to a different manager. At the same time, you've got to look at the long-term picture. But, if he brings 21 to the Old Trafford, I'm building him a statue by hand. I take everything back. If he brings number 21 to Old Trafford, I will build the statue myself. I'll go to his house, take the pictures of him, and I'll do it myself because he deserves it. The way I've been ringing him, he deserves it. Chiseling hand, I do it myself. I promise you. But I just don't see it. Couple signings in January will help for the second half of the season, though. Go get me Basuma, go get me Louise, or go get me Calvin Phillips.
This is why I don't like United fans. This is why I don't like United.
He does not know Arteta exists. He doesn't know Arteta.
Calm down. This is why I don't like United fans.
Doesn't know.
They are the laziest. They are the laziest. They are the laziest scouts.
Doesn't have a clue.
They are the laziest scouts in football. If anybody trends at United, if anybody trends on football Twitter, if anyone trends on FIFA on anything, United fans, let's get this person. When has Banks ever spoken about Basuma? When? What? They do this with everyone,
Oh, okay. So now I'm gonna have to pull up tweets. Now I'm gonna have to pull up tweets.
They do this with everyone,
About Basuma since last season. And I've been watching him since. Remember when he was laughing at you lot when you lot didn't get Champions League? I've been watching him since then.
Because
when he was laughing at you lot when he was at the Amex and you didn't get Champions League, I've been watching him since then. Don't disrespect my team. Don't disrespect my scouting shit. I've been watching him for a second. Disgrace. Man, you started watching him the other day. You started watching him the other day. You're disgrace.
You're disgrace.
You started watching him the other day.
You're disgrace. You're disgrace. And you don't even try.
Don't lash him because he wasn't on your radar when you was throwing away your Arsenal talk.
And this, what?
On your radar.
Yeah,
you're saying you're done with Arsenal.
My thing is this. My thing is this.
Will save this.
I'm talking about United fans as a whole and just your whole club. When it comes to getting a player, scouting a player, whoever is like bait or whatever, with you lot will do the minimal research and be like, let's get this player in. Remember when you lot wanted, is it Milenkovic-Savic?
I remember that. I remember that period.
Well, you don't want
That's a good midfielder, though. That's not.
You don't want him no more. No, but I'm saying like you'd want someone, and then all of a sudden, if they're not hot no more, you'd be like,
we thought.
No want him no more.
Scott Van der Beek and Bruno Fernandes in that role. Why would we still want him? You get different players to fill in the role. The need for him it dissipates. It goes down. What do you want me to say?
You're lucky.
If you got him back then, I wouldn't have been mad.
You're lucky you're freezing on my end because I knew you just took spoke rubbish.
When he edits the video, he's gonna see that we actually heard everything.
Literally.
But moving on to Newcastle versus Liverpool, last game of the evening. Why were Liverpool unable to take all 3 points? Smelly performance.
Well, still drunk from Christmas. He had a couple chances. He should have buried
Did you have to go and say that on camera?
That's haram.
What? He celebrated Christmas.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he was drinking.
Okay, he was drunk off the merry, merry nature of Christmas. I never said he drank alcohol.
He said
He was getting merry. Merry. He was merry on Christmas. You saw him in the Santa hat and the little outfit. You saw him. He was happy. He wasn't folk. And now he's still getting back into Christmas. The period between Christmas and New Year's. You're not really there. You're just living that. You're just excited. You're kind of out of it. Yeah, you're just kind of out of it. Like so. I mean, on another day, Salah finishes his dinner, but I mean.
One thing I don't like though.
They missed the chances.
One thing I don't like though is especially in England, commentary and stuff. When commentators just talk, you're just talking about the result. You're not talking about the game. I'm sick and tired of for example, the West Brom game and predominantly this Newcastle game. You're having Ali McCoyston and just whoever's on the mic saying they defended fantastically. They've been resolute and compact and they defended so well. No, they didn't.
They were all right. Newcastle were in the game, though.
And this is why I don't want to bring this point up when you're here. Because
you tolerate
rubbish.
They were in the game.
You tolerate rubbish defending. They weren't defending well.
So you think Newcastle had a bad performance?
Liverpool were creating. Stop pointing at me. Liverpool were creating chances at will. How is that good defending?
Liverpool created chances as you expect.
At will.
Liverpool created chances as you expect them to do because they were not creating chances at will. So stop that. You're just don't change the narrative now. They were not creating chances at will. And when Liverpool did create chances as you expect them to do, Newcastle got bodies in the way. Keeper made saves. That's what they're supposed to do. Like, you're not going to keep Liverpool quiet for 90 minutes. You're not going to do that.
They didn't keep them quiet. 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 Liverpool literally missed their chances. Liverpool missed their chances. They missed their chances.
But when you're facing a team like Liverpool, you're not always like, you're gonna need some luck. You're gonna need some saves to stay in the game. Like,
who defended better? Who defended better? Newcastle or West Brom? And their last two results, who defended better? Be honest. West Brom.
But Newcastle offered way more of a threat going the other way than West Brom.
They did.
Yeah.
But when I talk about defensive, and let's not say in this country they come off the school of attacking as a form of defending. When they talk about defending, they just mean defending, getting bodies behind the ball. Newcastle didn't defend well.
They defended all right. They defended well enough. It wasn't a bad.
They got a good result, but they didn't defend well. It's just
they defended well enough. So them getting bodies in the way to get blocked. Yes, Liverpool created chances, but they still defended well for
I disagree. I think they were lucky. I feel, Julie, to answer your question.
They were lucky.
Julie, I feel, to answer your question, Liverpool didn't win because they were wasteful. They didn't beat West Brom as well because they were just off the boil, and West Brom was okay. West Brom defended well enough to get and stayed in the game long enough. Whereas Newcastle, Liverpool were wasteful. That's what I think. And they only have themselves to blame, not West Brom's brilliance. Get a load of this guy.
Fair enough. We clearly watch different games.
That's the beautiful thing about the game. We're all watching the same thing, but we see different things.
Well, you watch it with your eyes closed, so it's difficult to talk to you sometimes.
You're a donut because all of a sudden you want Basuma at United. I'm never forgiving you for that one.
What's wrong with Basuma United?
Nothing's wrong. I didn't say not anything's wrong with Basuma United. I'm just saying I've never heard that shout from you before, but all of a sudden Basuma's name's linked with bare people. You throw United in the mix.
As I said, I'm gonna bring up the tweet. I'm gonna bring up the tweets because I've known about Basuma for a while, so you're disregarding my credibility here. But we'll move on. We'll move on.
Mountain injuries in the center of defense. Do they need to buy in January?
100%. No brainer.
We're talking about it.
No brainer.
You've changed your tune now. You've changed your tune.
No, wait.
Use
What happened to Reece Williams and them, man?
Nat Phillips and Reece.
Them guys that Klopp will just pull it out of Croxif.
Here's why you're a clown. Because I said that when Van Dijk got injured, Joe Gomez got injured as well. Now Matip's got injured. Do you want to kill the boys? Do you want to kill the youths? Do you want to kill them? Huh?
Well, you said you just raised them from the youth. Nat Phillips that was get ragdolled by Callum Wilson. Let him go and defend the Premier League for Liverpool.
Experienced Premier League.
Let him go defend the Premier League. Nat Phillips.
Callum Wilson is an experienced Premier League striker. Everyone has bad days. It was snowing.
Everyone has bad days. It was cold. I didn't have my gloves.
It was snowing. So we're going to end that there. Just to end it on a general question. Should there be a cooling off period in the wake of the rising cases of COVID? Because we've had, how many matches have been cancelled this week? I think 2 games.
Everton, was it? Everton, Man City, and then Fulham.
By the way, I've got a little conspiracy theory on the Man City game. It's a bit bugs how they cancelled the game 4 hours. It's a bit bugs. I don't...
Go on. What's your theory?
I felt
there is a theory because I tweeted today that they can train this afternoon. So they
started training. Like
they said they're back to training.
What happened to the isolation period?
This afternoon they said great news. We're back to her training this afternoon. I was like, well, you just
so which
cancelled
one is
2
it?
days ago.
So it's Pep. I feel Uncle Pep thought like, yeah, we're definitely gonna get popped. You know what? Let's throw in Miss Rona.
Pep's on his way.
Pep's cooking something up in his bold skull.
What's wrong with you, man?
Nah, but yeah, they've all voted that they don't.
What's wrong with this guy, man?
You need to leave him alone.
Sorry, that was uncool.
Yeah, they've all come to an agreement that they don't want to call off. They said they don't need it. So
Malcolm and I were talking. Malcolm and I just said that if there was no football throughout this pandemic, the world would be in a different place.
Yeah, 100. But it kind of feels that when we first went into the lockdown, like you see managers be picking up COVID, would be testing positive for COVID, and then players were testing positive for like. I can't lie, the way London is, especially, and then the rest of the UK, it's just that I don't see how the bubbles that the players maintain can continue to be secure. Like with the rising cases in the outer world, how do they maintain the security of the bubbles that they're playing in? Like I just feel like as a couple players have said already, a 2 to 3 week break does nothing really because the cases are still going to rise. Like it has to be a longer break, but again, can they really afford a longer break? Will they do a longer break? I don't see it happening. So I do feel like it's going to continue.
Roll on the footy.
Yeah, they're just going back to square one, like how we started from like January when one team got it and another team got it and just immediately cancelled it. Like it's just
that's how it's feeling. It's literally feeling like I'm when it first started.
Pandemic.
Panoramic.
What did you just? Don't crack that joke again, please. I think that was one of the worst.
What's wrong with that one?
That does not
What did he
sound correct, okay?
What did you call it?
Where the panadoo? That's a
Panadoo.
great one.
That's what my little cousin would say.
Big up your little cousin. He got a great sense of humor. He or she.
How old are you, nigga?
You can tell he's a youngin'.
Alright, oldies.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
You didn't hear my say, all right, oldies. Who's he talking to, bruv?
Oh, I didn't hear that. Sorry, but we're not old.
I'm 21.
We're just started.
21 forever.
I'm gonna turn
forever 21
single year until the pandemic's over.
Literally, I'm celebrating my 25th next year. Come to the lavish party, everyone. You're all invited. Peace.
Nah, man, we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves because I laughed at everyone celebrating COVID birthdays. Here I was celebrating a COVID birthday. So So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We've come to the end of the year. We've got. Wait, this might be our last episode before the end of the year, right?
The last episode.
Yeah, it is.
The last episode.
Wow, this time last year we was in one room. Now we are on Zoom.
Thank everyone for sticking with the final third over the course of 2020. It's been a horrible year, but we hope that we brought you some joy over the course of the 365. Stick with us for more in 2021. Love you all for watching.
Toodle pip.